Hello subscribers, this is yours truly JBlue68 coming to you with yet another video. Before I get into this video, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, for liking, sharing, and commenting. Please continue to do so and tap the notification bell so you can get more videos like this as I post them immediately, and please give this video a thumbs up. Well, this is going to be my next comic haul video. Comics that were noticeably my favorites, and I decided to put in my pull list of comics and of course do a video on. It's a mixture of different comics from DC to Marvel to some independent comics, and we start off with DC Comics, and this is Batman One Bad Day, The Riddler #1, written by Tom King with Mitch Gerard as a contributing artist, I believe. And this is book one of a series of books that will be coming out based on the Batman One Day storyline. And again, this is Riddler #1. I've started reading it, and I can say this is definitely not a comic book for kids. I believe this is part of their Black Label series. I'm not for sure. It's a thick book, expensive book too. I've begun reading it, haven't finished, but the first few pages that I read, man, it's quite violent and a very much into adult content, I will say. All right, so anyway, let's move along into our independent comic books. Excuse me, our independent comic books. This is from Image Comics, issue #1 of James Tynion the Fourth's new comic book series, The Closet. And you know, James Tynion is a writer of, if you don't know, of Something is Killing the Children, which is with Boom Studios Comics. And here he is doing another creepy comic book series. I think James Tynion the Fourth is going to become the next Stephen King of comic books, so to speak. I read this book in its entirety. It's very good. It's very creepy. And again, not for children. The language is adult-oriented, and there's a lot of profanity in it. But it's a good book. I hope to continue reading and collecting this series. The Closet, issue #1. And then back into DC Comics, we have Nubia, issue #3 or 4, Queen of the Amazons. I haven't read this yet, but I have read some of the previous books. Good series. Very much encourage you as comic book readers to definitely purchase it. All right, this is issue #3 or 4. And then we get into Dark Horse Comics, and this is a one-shot, Hellboy and the BPRD 1957, written by Mike Mignola, with Chris Robertson, Sean Martinborough, and Lee Lowridge contributing. And it's a one-shot which gets basically to the history of Hellboy and some previous events that happened, or past events that have happened with the character. For Hellboy fans, definitely you want to buy this. And then we get into issue #1 of the part of the Deceased series from DC Comics. And this is a limited series, 1 of 8, War of the Undead Gods. The final chapter begins. And again, this is part of the Deceased storyline. All right. Very much encourage this for any and all DC comic book readers. And then we have issue #1 of Predator, and this is written by Ed Brisson with Kev Walker and Frank D'Amato contributing. I've heard nothing but good reviews of this book. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I definitely will be reading it today. And Marvel actually owns now the rights to both Alien and Predator. That's very interesting. All right, so yeah. And then we get into another Image comic, issue #30 of King Spawn, written, of course, by character created and invented by Todd McFarlane. It's issue #13 with Sean Lewis and Thomas Nachlik, if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, contributing. King Spawn, issue #13. Good series. And then another Image comic, Firepower, written by the infamous Robert Kirkman, who of course is the writer and inventor of the Walking Dead series, with Chris Samnee contributing, with Matt Wilson and Russ Wooten also contributors. This is issue number 23. Right? No, I'm sorry. Issue number 30 of this series. Good series, by the way. Firepower. All right, and this ends lot number 1 of my comic book haul, and let's get up lot number 2, which we start with the Axe series, and which is of course Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, and I have started finally reading this series. It seems like it's going to be very interesting. I was waiting for more of the books to come out, so that I can read it uninterrupted, so to speak. But this is Death of the Mutants, written by Kieran Gillen. And yeah, Death of the Mutants issue number, I don't know what the issue is, or if this is a standalone or one shot. Nice cover there. But Jui Villanova and Dijo Lima are contributors to the story. And then here's issue number 13 of the X-Men series, written by Jerry Duggan. And this is, of course, part of the Judgment Day storyline, issue number 13. A lot going on in this series, man. I really encourage Marvel readers to definitely jump on board if you haven't already. And then we get into a Marvel facsimile X-Men Legends story. You can see the cover is very retro, very cool there. Fast stories of the past that shape the future. X-Men Legends. Our every favorite era, I guess, written in this particular book. I think it's like a combination of different stories. If I'm correct, if I'm incorrect, please let me know in the comments below. And we get into the final issue of Captain Carter, issue number 5. Very exciting series here from Marvel Comics. And then we get into Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, Fear the Redacted. All right. Kelly, Lensing, Carnero, and Woodard contributing to this story. And then another Judgment Day story. This is of the Avengers, I believe. The Avengers, their side of the Judgment Day story. And that is a really, really beautiful cover, man. That's one of the Eternals. Looks like he's on a rampage on this particular cover. Very nice. And then we get into our Spider-Man stories, starting with, this is 72 big page. This is the Spider-Man annual. Of course, this is the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man. This is a reprint of the 1964 edition of featuring the Sinister Six, jam-packed with special surprise features. Very interesting cover there, very colorful. 72 pages, expensive book too. Of course, we have all of his favorite enemies, Rogue Gallery on here. We have Mysterio, Electro, Kraven the Hunter, Sandman, and so on, etc. Okay. And next up, we get into the Miles Morales Spider-Man. This is issue number 41. Saladin Ahmed, who will be exiting this book soon if he hasn't already. All right. Very cool cover there. And then we get into Carnage, also part of the Spider-Man Rogues Gallery. Very nice cover. Ron V, I believe, is the writer of this story. This is issue number 5, celebrating 30 years of Carnage. That is a cool cover, man. I really love those colors. And then we get into another Spider-Man character, Gwen Stacy. And I started reading, this is a compilation of different Gwen Stacy books. This is a nice book. And again, another expensive comic. This is a standalone. This is almost like a trade paperback, man. It's very thick, too. You can see the side of that spine. If I can get into focus there. Maybe it won't. It's not. anyway, so yeah, very nice artwork too in this particular book. But yeah, it's almost like a trade paper book. It's quite thick. And then we have Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man #7, with, of course, very recognizable artwork by John Romita Jr. And this is issue #7 of this particular storybook. And that ends lot #2 of our comic book haul. Let's get out lot #3 can out of this bag here. And I want to say too, thank you to Vault of Midnight Comics, you know, for hooking me up with these nice books. And we start off for lot #3 with Black Panther issue #8. Again, another cool cover. Marvel has been killing it with the covers, man, this year. As I said in my previous comic book haul video, it was DC who was really had the, I think, best covers from 2021. I think Marvel, between the big two, has the best covers for this year. I don't know. It's probably a battle between both comic book venues because both have been having really exciting covers. And here's a one-shot of Ghost Rider, Vengeance Forever, written by Benjamin Percy with Juan Jose Rip and Brian Valenza as contributors to this story. All right. Creepy cover there. And then we have Ultraman, the continuous of Ultraman, a character from my childhood. The Mystery of Ultra 7, written by Higgins with Groom, Tinto, Lopez, and Gura Hero contributing to this story. All right. For you Ultraman fans. And then the Fantastic Four, the final issue to be written by Dan Slott, issue #46, the world's greatest comic book magazine. All right. As again, Dan Slott is exiting this series, and it will be start over again with a new writer. And then issue #2 of Guinness Vale, Captain Marvel, the son of the original Captain Marvel, with David Ramirez and Lee contributing in The Eye of a Titan, and of course we know who that is on the cover, the purple color alien called Thanos. And then Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, written by Jin-Luing Yang, Marcus To, and Eric Arganciniega. Okay. And then we have Strange. I think this is the final issue of this series. The Resurrection of Doctor Strange, back from the dead. Okay. And I'll be getting this as a trade paperback, by the way. And then issue #2 of the new Daredevil series, or actually 650 issues of Daredevil. That's a cool, creepy cover there. Marvel Comics. Written by Chip Zdarsky, Checheto, De La Torre, and Wilson contributing. And then that's it for lot #3, and that's it for my comic book haul. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment if you will, and give the video again a thumbs up on your way out. Thank you for watching my video, everyone. Have a great day, a great weekend. Read a comic book if you're depressed, angry, or if you're not depressed or angry. Read a comic book. It's good to read them. Support your local comic book stores. They definitely need them. Need your support. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Peace, love, and hair grease.